My got pretty like a girl, and he got 5 stories to tell. See both sides like Chanel, see on both sides like Chanel. To my life so cool.
Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Gloria and today I'll be talking about how to smooth out textured skin. The things that you can do, the habits that you can implement to improve your skin and make it smoother using methods that I use, that I personally tried out, that helped my skin tremendously. It's been a while. I went on a vacation to the coast last week, but one, and after I came back, it was like confusion because at work I had all these cases and all these things to do, and my mind was still in Watamu. Okay, first disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, so the advice I'm giving is just from my personal experience and anecdotal. So don't take my advice as medical advice, it's just personal. My skin, let's give a brief background. My skin has never been super terrible, except when I was the cause of it. See, I have a bit of, to explain my skin type, it's normal, however, it's a bit sensitive. Not a bit, a lot. So if I try something new and it doesn't work for my skin, it can cause a huge reaction and cause me to break out. So you'll see from previous pictures, like from here and from here, I was trying like vitamin E oil that clogged up my pores and caused me to break out. Other times it's, just small things that I didn't know were causing my skin to get texture, to get messed up because of its sensitivity. I decided that I would implement a skincare routine that would help improve my skin gradually. And from my research, rather than a particular skincare brand, I'd rather focus on the ingredients so that depending on your wallet or the things available to you, you can focus on these things and still get results without having to spend too much money on skincare. What's the first thing that you need to do to get good skin? I'm going to give you 5 tips to clear skin texture and to generally improve your skin. So the first thing and the most important thing is take care of your immune system. That is, take care of your body internally so that it can reflect externally on your skin, because your skin is still part of your body's organs and your skin is even part of your immune system. So the first thing we need to do to take care of our skin internally is make sure that we are not nutrient deficient. We have to make sure that we are taking the correct food, nutrient dense food, and we're taking all the nutrients that we need, because nutrient deficiency is one of the causes of, it could probably reflect on your skin and lower your immunity and stuff like that. Make sure you're eating well, okay? You're eating your vegetables, you're eating your fruits, you're eating your protein, you're eating your carbohydrates, you're eating your healthy fats, all that. Balanced diet. It's simple but not easy. So try and see where you're lacking. Perhaps it could be your vegetables, you're not eating enough vitamins and minerals. It could be your water intake, perhaps you're not hydrated enough. It could be your protein intake, that you're not taking enough protein on a daily basis. You could keep a journal of what you're eating, maybe perhaps for a week, and see where you fall short. There's so many apps, so many things that could help you keep track of that. Second thing about immune system and your internal health is sleep. Sleep greatly affects your immune system. Have you ever noticed, for those of us with sensitive skin, if you pull an all-nighter or you have a really, sleep-deprived week, 3 things surely. Are we good? Anyway, as I was saying, have you ever noticed when you don't sleep and your skin reacts to get a pimple, maybe not this week but the next week? Sleep is very important, so make sure you're getting at least 8 hours. If you can't, regular sleep. I am not perfect in this. I sometimes stay up watching TikTok videos. You know, you look at your clock, you're like, okay, let me just watch a few videos. Next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. and you have to get up by 6 a.m. to get to work the next day. And you're like, oh no, it's fine. No, it's not fine. Your skin will pay for it, especially if you have sensitive skin. Try and get on a regular sleep routine, especially if you want to clear your skin. I remember when I really, really wanted to clear my skin. For a whole 3 months, I kept a regular sleep schedule. I would sleep by 10:30 and I would wake up by 6 a.m. every day. The more regular, the better. So I did that for 3 months and my skin was in good condition. But of course, the temptations of TikTok and everything and, work and stress, sometimes you stay up late, but try not to make it a habit and know that sleep is important. And then the third thing is stress management. How do you manage your stress? How you think about stress. If you think negatively about stress, that stress affects me negatively, then you will have a negative effect on your body. So the second factor that will affect your skin texture and your skin is hygiene. I think for the past few years, after the pandemic and everything, we've learned how key hygiene, washing your hands, wearing a mask is. So I don't have to tell you that even if it appears to be a small thing, hygiene is so important. I used to be one of those people. I literally have a breakout on my cheek, just a few pimples over here on my chin. And I'm like, oh no, what's wrong with my skin? Why don't I have clear skin? And I'm also that person who's sitting like this the whole day in class, touching my chin, touching my forehead, sleeping on a pillowcase for, a month. Yeah, that was me. So, what am I trying to say? Hygiene is very important. There's some things you're going to need to change, especially if you have sensitive skin. There are some people who could smear mud on their face and they will never break out. My brother is like that. I cannot behave like that because I know when I was trying to clear my skin, I said I'll do what it takes. If you can change something, okay. If you can change something in your skin, in your habits, that even if it won't make a difference that you can see, but you can change it and do it for the better, then do it. Something simple. So I decided to maintain hygiene. So change your pillowcase every week, especially if you have sensitive skin. Change it. No excuses. Change it every week. For me, I pick Saturday or Sunday. I always change my pillowcase. Sometimes twice a week. Change your bed sheets. Wash your hands before you touch your face. Even before you do your skincare, wash your hands. It's important. We are just making sure all bases are covered. Okay, we don't want to give pimples a chance. We want to make sure we've taken every possible step possible. So even if our skin breaks out, then we know it's not our fault. It's something, and then you just say, okay, I've accepted it. I've done my best. If anything has happened, it's not my fault. When you're washing your face, use a gentle cleanser. It doesn't even have to be expensive. Gentle. Is it the lower the pH? If it's slightly acidic, the better. Do you know what's a really gentle cleanser? Baby liquid soaps. I use the Luron one. It has a pH of 5 point something, and that's really good because it's slightly acidic and it's really gentle on the skin. You don't have to spend a lot of money on your cleanser. I have to cleanse twice because if you're wearing makeup, sometimes one cleanse doesn't work. So I use the baby cleanser first, then I use my black soap. Because that one can't remove makeup properly. I don't know how they made it. But you have to be wary of African black soap because some of them are very drying. So depending on your skin type, know thy skin. Then the third and most important part, especially if you have those tiny bumps, use suitable actives. Okay? For the texture on my skin, the thing that worked and made the most difference was sulfur. Making a sulfur mask, but the Luron, if you're in our country, the Luron pimple cream has sulfur in it. So what I do, I make a mask, put the sulfur on my face twice a week without fail, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I would put it on for the least is 20 minutes. Immediately saw a difference. The sulfur cream, and then for exfoliation, I used chemical exfoliant. At first, I used salicylic acid. Salicylic acid will work well if you have those tiny bumps. At first I used glycolic acid, but then I watched a video from that Indian lady on YouTube, I will link her, where she said that if you're a person of color, glycolic acid may affect your melanocytes, causing you to have hyperpigmentation. Maybe, I don't know, I'm probably phrasing it wrong, but be careful. If you have darker skin, be careful of glycolic acid and other, but lactic acid, salicylic acid, and others are fine. Just make sure it works for you, okay? There's also vitamin A for the skin. At some point I was using this once a week, on the weekend, but I ran out, so I don't use it that often, but my skin has not really had an effect. And if you're exfoliating your skin, I've also talked about this, exfoliation we do maximum twice a week. If you're exfoliating your skin and doing these treatments, you have to make sure you're moisturizing adequately. So watch out for ingredients like vitamin E, vitamin C, vitamin A. These are very important when you're in your moisturizer. So those are the 3 vitamins we need, because when you remove the layers of the skin, you're gonna have to refurbish the skin with these vitamins. To my 4th point, use sunscreen. My friend, if you're using actives, if you're for exfoliating, you doubly need to use sunscreen. Sunscreen every day. The effect of the sun on the skin is huge, especially if you live in the tropics like I do. Protect your skin from the sun. The sun can even cause DNA damage on your skin. That's why if you want your skin to look good, to be free of bumps and textures, make sure you're protecting it from the sun. If you can't afford, if sunscreen is expensive, because sometimes it's expensive or you run out, use a hat. I have pictures of me at the coast, see here and here. I always had my hat with me, okay, to protect your skin from directly being affected by the sun rays. But I was also wearing sunscreen. But sunscreen degrades after 2 hours in the sun. So a girl doesn't want to reapply, because who does that? Who has time for that? So I will always make sure I have a hat, even if it's a scarf, anything that's gonna protect your skin from directly being in the sun. To summarize, eat well, sleep well, manage stress, keep hygiene, change your pillowcase every week, wash your hands before you touch your face, don't touch your face unnecessarily, use suitable actives. If you have rough texture skin, try a sulfur mask. If it's fungal acne, you can try using an antifungal type of mask, like some people would use Nizoral. And then exfoliate with a suitable exfoliant. I prefer the chemical ones, so I use salicylic acid. I use a cheap brand, the Garnier 3-in-1 Claimer, so it has salicylic acid. That's what I used, nothing fancy. In fact, I had one, the Alba Botanica one for salicylic acid, but it was too harsh on my skin. Use a gentle cleanser, then use sunscreen, and then you're good. And then patience, because it's gonna take time. Okay, give yourself at least a month, at the very least a month. I like 3 months. Give yourself at least 3 months to see change, okay? Now, FAQs, commonly asked questions about skincare and skin texture. How much time did it take to clear my skin? For me, after a month, I saw a difference. Like, it didn't clear completely, but I could see that my pores were smaller, the pimples on my face were less, I wouldn't get them as often. But I'd say it took about 6 months to see like total clear skin, where I would get like one pimple once in a while. Yeah, so 6 months. How often do I do my skincare routines? Sulfur mask, I still do it twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday. And then at night, I make sure I have a very good moisturizer that will keep the moisture in my skin. And then in the morning is where I do the least. I cleanse with my African black soap, and then I do a basic moisturizer. It's a very baby lotion. I don't have because I use a generic moisturizer, and then the most important thing, sunscreen in the morning. In the evening, a good moisturizer. And then when I exfoliate, I do it in the evening. When I do the supplement, I do it in the evening. Most active, vitamin A at night only. Don't be putting retin A in the morning. Sunscreen. So I do my skincare routine every day. Skincare is an everyday thing. Change your pillow once a week, pillowcase once a week, change your sheets often, etc. Can those with oily skin use this routine? Yes, you can, because I've just given ingredients. Okay, it's sulfur, it's all that. Perhaps you'll have to adjust some things. For example, sunscreen. Chemical sunscreens for me are very oily, and I have normal type skin. When I put chemical sunscreen, I shine like a diamond, very shiny. So those with oily skin may have to consider such things. I would recommend mineral, the Alba one, but it leaves a white cast, at least the ones that I've used. But the Alba Botanica sunscreen was very dry. It didn't cause oiliness, but it's also very white. So you have to check the balance. Do I do these steps morning and night? No, morning is different. Okay, if you're gonna use stuff like vitamin C, it's better to use it in the morning. Then at night, things like retin A or tretinoin, exfoliation and things that do it at night. Is it possible to have beautiful smooth skin without using any fancy product? Yes, my skincare routine is very basic right now, and my skin is okay. Okay, as long as you're eating well, maintaining hygiene, using the gentle cleansers. That's why I didn't give particular brands. If you have the basics, the ingredients that you need, then it doesn't have to be expensive. Should I do skincare every day? Is it okay to only do a few of the steps? Yes. Just tailor it to your own personal needs and see how it goes. Just make sure you do the supplements and you wash your hands when you eat. The recommendation for oily skin or sensitive skin cleansers. Go to the baby section and see a gold mine there that people don't even realize. An African black soap, the geisha one. A gentle version. When do you use vitamin C on an exfoliator? From what I've seen around, vitamin C is best used in the morning and exfoliators at night. And that is it. That is the end of my video. I hope it helps. And I'd like to say don't worry about it, okay? Skin is just one aspect of life, a small aspect. Over time, things will change. Just do your best and don't be stressed out. Remember the serenity prayer, okay? Do what you can, and the rest, you are more than your skin. Like, subscribe, comment.